WTF, back here with another video for you. I know it's been like a week since I've done something. Probably a little under a week. Maybe a week, somewhere around there. That's only because I've been trying to get another channel off the ground. It's called WTF Motorsports. Go check it out if you're a NASCAR fan. It's for you. Alright, now that we're still into this one. Normally, I don't watch Undisputed with Skip and Shannon. There's a reason why. Because I realized how much they hate America. Yeah. A shocker, I know. And you gotta ask the question, well, why the hell are they still here? No, nobody seems to know that. People are starting to get turned off on these guys quite a bit. I'm seeing it everywhere. So, today, on this news break, I'm going to talk to you. I want to show you some clips on today's episode with Skip and Shannon. This one's going to pretty much deal with Mark Cuban banning National Anthem. Well, he banned it in December. Nobody was allowed to go in the games in December, so nobody really knew about it until a reporter reported on it. Imagine a reporter doing his damn job. Shit, crazy. Now, I used to watch Shark Tank until I stopped because I realized how much of a jackass Mark Cuban is. That's not because of his business savvy. Business savvy. Whenever he wants to do a new company, whenever he's on Shark Tank, he's trying to help his company. He's always sending his shit overseas. So that reminds me what kind of an asshole he is. He said, I don't want to bring anything from keep anything in America. In fact, it's very little he tries to keep here. Everything else, we got to we got to save cost by sending this shit overseas to be manufactured. They won't bring it over here, upcharge the piss out of it. That's why I stopped watching Shark Tank, because he's a jackass and an asshole. Jackasshole. Let's go with that. So, in this one, in these clips right here, we're going to go over what Skip and Shannon thinks about Mark Cuban banning the national anthem. Funny thing, after he said he's going to ban it, NBA comes out and says, "Oh, you're going to play it all right. You will." I know the NBA higher-ups having a backbone. Who would have thought that one? So, let's get to this one. This is the opening of what Skip or Shannon thinks about the national anthem. And I'm pretty sure if you know Shannon Sharp, you're kind of going to know what it is. And you're going to think, what a moron. That's just what I think. I think a lot of people think the same thing, but here it is.
I'm perfectly fine with the decision. And guess what, Skip? No one even noticed it till a reporter brought it to everyone's attention, and now everybody seemed to be outraged. Skip, we got to stop with this notion that gestures and symbols is a form of patriotism. Actions, deeds make you a patriot. Just because you fly the flag over your house doesn't make you a patriot. Just because you drink Budweiser doesn't make you a patriot. I'm sure those people that went up on January the 6th, Skip, on the Capitol, I'm sure they consider themselves patriots. And some of those guys were police officers, men.
And I'm willing to bet those other jackasses from, let's say, Seattle, California, where is it, Portland, Kenosha, all the way down to New York, Florida. I bet all those guys thought they were patriots too, right? Right?
That doesn't make you a patriot. Skip, guess what? When I was in school, and maybe when you were too, we used to say the Pledge of Allegiance every morning. We used to say prayers every morning.
Speaking of prayers and Pledge of Allegiance, what the hell happened to that? Why can't you pledge allegiance to America, for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all? And praying. What the hell happened to that? Oh, a bunch of liberals that don't like religion kind of screwed it up for everybody. But who's counting?
They took that out of the school. And if I'm not mistaken, they still have school going on currently. Schools did just fine without the Pledge of Allegiance and without prayer in it. I think the sporting events will be just fine. I've never met anyone that says, man, I'm going to that sporting event. Once I hear the national anthem, I'm dipping. No. Skip it, look. And plus the anthem, what we found out we've become a lot more politicized, and it's it's no more you choose a side here or there. There's no more straddling the fence. Skip, the anthem.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's no such thing as left. There's no such thing as people staying in the middle, right? They don't want to choose a side. They're just like, I want to hear my shit. I want to listen to the national anthem, and I want to watch the game. Those who still go to the games, those who still watch the games, you can't just say, screw the politics. I just want to watch the game. I want to hear my national anthem, and I want to watch my damn game. You can't do that anymore. Why? Because you crazy peoples on the left are always saying, we can't have America. America sucks. And the people on the right are like, what the shit are you talking about? Well, can't do it, right? So everything's got to be political. You can't just say, give me my damn Pledge of Allegiance, sorry. Too far back. Give me my national anthem, and let's play the damn game. Keep your shit off the floor. Keep it off your jerseys unless it's your damn name. Play the damn game. We don't come here to get lectured on we don't come here to get lectured. We want to see how you get paid millions of fucking dollars. Play your game. We don't give a shit about your political affiliation. Do that shit outside. When you're inside, when you're doing the job you're getting paid for, do the damn job. That's what I'm talking about. See, there's Skip. I mean, there's Shannon's. Here's Skip's.
Okay. I do have strictly a personal problem. This is just my 2 cents from a distance about that tradition before games.
Okay.
My first issue is with Mark Cuban himself.
Okay.
I never quite trust Mark Cuban's public stances because, to me, again, my 2 cents from a distance, and I've had my dealings and my issues with Mark Cuban, he is an egomaniac addicted to attention. And he knows full well this will create a firestorm of national controversy that will surround Mark Cuban with more and more attention.
Okay.
And by the way, just for the record, I have issued an open invitation to Mark to come sit here. Obviously, we can't have him in studio at this moment. To come virtually on the show anytime. Wide open. And I have not heard back from Mark Cuban about that open invitation. It seems to me that Mark Cuban got caught in a crossfire between his players who wanted to kneel for the anthem. Great. And probably some of his sponsors who are still a little squeamish.
Speaking of sponsors, I figured this would come around. Yeah, I mean, you may have some of your woke sponsors, but there's a bunch of them, especially Texas sponsors. Sponsors that are based in Texas. They don't like that. They don't like how it looks. Because, their brand is saying, we'll let anybody do what the hell they want to on our dime. That's not how this works. When you enter into a contract, okay, there are certain rules and things you have to abide by. And there's no leeway any which way or the other. You have to abide by each and every one of those words in that contract, or they'll pull your money. That's the thing. That's what Cuban is worried about now, and I'm pretty sure it's going to happen later on. Just keep going.
Right. He is in the state of Texas. It is more of a right-wing state, as you well know.
Of course.
And obviously, you can't win that. You can't.
All right. What I want you to do is I want you to keep an eye on Shannon's face. Watch how his demeanor goes from okay to what the hell's going on. Because the look on his face, the more that Skip goes along, it's priceless.
You can't make everybody happy with how they respond to the anthem.
Correct.
And to me, he finally said, okay, I give up. I'll just do away with the anthem before our games, before our home games.
We don't have to worry about kneeling.
Okay? You just take it out of play.
Right.
To me, it's a trial balloon to see how both sides respond, or the world in general, the country in general responds. And he did later last night email the Washington Post that no, that the athletics initial report is not accurate, that it's not a done deal yet, that he's still thinking about whether to sustain this principle of this position of no anthem.
Right.
So it's still not finished yet.
Right. Pending.
Okay. Just for the record, originally bought the Mavericks when they were an expansion team, and he was definitely right-wing Christian, and he wanted to go with God Bless America before every game in place of the national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. So for the first 16 years of the franchise, they went with God Bless America. Now back to your prayer in public school, okay, which was finally said, people said no. Okay. So that went on for 16 years until H. Ross Perot, you remember Ross Perot?
I do remember president.
Yes. Bought the team, and for the next 4 years, he went back to the Star Spangled Banner. And then Mark Cuban took over in 2000 and continued with the tradition, obviously, the Star Spangled Banner. Okay, now this is just, again, me personally, playing that song before any sports event became, for years and years, decades and decades, centuries, a backbone tradition of this country. It was a uniting bond for a country that, as I've said to you 1,000 times.
All right, think about there. About the national anthem, right? Remember, think back. 9/11, 2001. Everything after that date. Remember, every sports game, every time you went to work, pretty much anywhere you've seen the American flag everywhere, right? And like I said, every sports arena and everything, NASCAR, football, baseball, basketball, you name it, Star Spangled Banner, and they had the flag. Remember that. Because remember, we were all attacked by outside forces, by another race, right? So the blacks and everybody else was for it. So what's changed now? Well, crazy woke people. That's what's changed. Now everything everybody was dealing with from 2001 till now, all that's just out the door. Forget about that. Now it's what we want. It's not about what the country wants. It's about what a certain group of people want. Exactly what happened 9/11. Certain group of people wanted to tear us apart. Now you got people trying to tear us apart from our own country. Remember that.
You still believe it's the greatest country in the world. That's just me.
Yeah.
You can choose to look at it however you want to look at it. But to me, it's still a uniting bond for this country to stand before every sporting event and respond to that anthem however you feel like it. If you want to put your hand over your heart, good with that. If you want to kneel, great with that. But it is our uniting bond, and I hate to lose that tradition across the board.
I wouldn't.
Okay, I got it. I understand. This is my 2 cents because that's just how I still love my country.
See, you got two sides. I mean, even Skip is seeing some stuff that don't make sense. Now, like I said, did you check out Shannon's facial features? How he would move up and back whenever Skip would say something positive about not Pledge of Allegiance, but the Star Spangled Banner. Did you see that? We was talking about singing the national anthem, right? Did you see his motions? He wasn't interested. He didn't like what Skip had to say, but it's what he said. Now, you can go back and forth. Comment down below. Tell me what it is you think about this particular story right now. I want to hear you guys. I'll be back in a second. All right, now that we're at the halfway point, do me a favor. If you guys have anything you want to talk to me about, please hit me up on my Facebook and on my Twitter page also. You can talk to me about anything you want. You can comment about what anything you've seen on the show or past shows. You can ask me questions. Also, remember, you guys can always help us out by donating on Patreon. Patreon.com at WTFTV. Always help us out there. Anything helps. Remember, we are a viewer-funded network here. I love how I'm able to interact with you guys, especially on Facebook and Twitter. I want to hear more. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, Jen, Yeah, I'm Will with WTF TV. Yeah, okay. I got a question for you. Do you have any idea how many times you're going to say, let me circle back with you? Just asking.
I'll have to just circle back with you.
Well, shit. I've got a question for you. Do you have a bank account? If you do, who with? Obviously, don't tell me. That'd just be dumb. But think about it. Who do you have a bank account with? You have Bank of America. You have Wells Fargo, Associated. I'm drawing a blank. Any bank, all right? Let's just say any bank, right? What if you found out that your bank was spying on you, taking your information and giving it to the government? What would you do? What would you say? Well, there's a certain group of people on January the 6th that found out. 211 people. Exactly. There's more, but these are the ones that the feds talk to. And I found this last night on Tucker Carlson, or the other day on Tucker Carlson. I've been waiting to figure out how I'm going to put this in the show, so I've got it. So, watch this Tucker Carlson, and we'll finish this up.
These extremists they keep telling us about, but will not describe. We now know part of the answer to that question. This show has obtained exclusively evidence that Bank of America, the second largest bank in the country with more than 60 million customers, is actively but secretly engaged in the hunt for extremists in cooperation with the government. Bank of America is, without the knowledge or the consent of its customers, sharing private information with federal law enforcement agencies. Bank of America effectively is acting as an intelligence agency, but they're not telling you about it. In the days after the January 6th riot at the Capitol, Bank of America went through its own customers' financial and transaction records, a lot of them. Now, these were the private records of Americans who had committed no crime, people who, as far as we know, had absolutely nothing to do with what happened at the Capitol on January 6th. But at the request of federal investigators, Bank of America searched its databases looking for people who fit a specific profile. Here's what that profile was, and we are quoting. Customers confirmed as transacting, either through bank account, debit card, or credit card, purchases in Washington, D.C. between January 5th and January 6th. Number 2, purchases made for hotels, Airbnb, RSVPs in Washington, Virginia, or Maryland after January 6th. Number 3, any purchase of weapons or at a weapons-related merchant between January 7th and their upcoming suspected stay in the D.C. area around Inauguration Day. And 4, airline-related purchases since January 6th. End quote. So what do you notice about that profile? Well, the first thing you notice is that it's remarkably broad. Any purchases of anything in the city of Washington, D.C., any overnight stay anywhere in the 3-state area that spans hundreds of miles, any purchase, not simply of legal firearms, but instead anything bought from a, quote, weapons-related merchant, T-shirts included, and then any airline-related purchases, not just flights to Washington, flights to anywhere, to Omaha, to Thailand. That is a very, very wide net, an absurdly wide net.
Well, I don't know about you, but that scares the shit out of me. Does it make you think twice about your bank? I would imagine so. You would be human in order to do that, right? So, what do you think? Comment down below. Tell me what it is you think about any of the stories I've done today. I like to hear it. Also, at the end of the day, you got to think of one thing. Are we happy with what's going on in the government today? No. I know I'm not. I know a lot of people I know are not. But as of right now, it's just what we got to look forward to for the next 2 to 4 years. So, you, like I said, let me know down below. Tell me what you think. I appreciate you hanging out with me on this one. It's been a pretty good show. I hope you guys have a good night. We'll catch you later.